up, guys? It's Armon, and we are back with another video. Yes. Y'all see, I got my glasses on today because I'm gonna have to read some shit, and I had to take my contacts out because, guys, they was getting on my nerves. Listen, if you're a contact wearer, make sure you take them out every once in a while. Sometimes, you can fall asleep in them. They get very, very aggravating. But anyway, let's get to it. All right, so if you're a returning subscriber, then you know how this go. We keep it raw and uncut here. Some shit might shut down, some shit might stop working, but we gonna get into some things, okay? It's just real over here. And if you're new, welcome and hello.
Hello, motherfucker.
All right, so it's no surprise that we got to get into some things. I mean, this is one of the hottest stories of the year so far. R. Kelly is the gift that just keeps on giving. I feel like I've been saying that a lot lately. But listen, once the shit starts hitting the fan, I guess the shit just starts splatting all over. It just starts to get real stinky. Okay? Now, R. Kelly is being accused of giving a 13-year-old girl herpes. Okay, now this is another girl. This is not the Faith Rogers girl that came out earlier this year and alleged that she got the herpes. This is a new girl. Okay, she is unidentified yet. They're not releasing her name of who she is yet, but they're working on getting an interview with her. So let me read you what's being said. Okay. R. Kelly, this is according to page 6. R. Kelly is being accused of having sex with a girl when she was 13 years old and eventually giving her herpes. Okay, detectives in Detroit are looking into the new allegations against R. Kelly, who's currently facing 10 counts of sexual abuse. Okay, the victim is now 30. And she said that her and R. Kelly first had sex in a hotel room in Detroit on December 30th, 2001. So that was 18 years ago. And then at the singer's recording studio in Detroit a few weeks later. So they had been having sex. So basically, back in 2001, he banged her in the hotel room, then took her to the studio and allegedly banged her there. Over the next 4 years, the woman said she visited R. Kelly's Atlanta home, which is where he gave her the virus. Okay. So when she went to Atlanta, that's when she got the herpes virus. The woman no longer lives in Michigan, but detectives reportedly plan to fly her in for an interview. One of the detectives said they are eagerly waiting. We are eagerly waiting to speak to the alleged victim. So they want to speak to her because they feel like this is going to help bridge the case that with Faith Rogers coming out, and then R. Kelly's also been accused of dating 3 women at the age of 17 in his Atlanta home. So all this, they are trying to basically build the case against him that he is definitely into underage women or underage girls. And yeah, this is not looking good. Um 3 of Kelly's alleged victims in Chicago were under the age of 17 at the time of the alleged abuse. So yeah, again, that's why they want to get as many people as they can to come out. They want to get as many interviewers as they can. I mean, interviews and victims and people to speak out with proof and all of this stuff to help build their case, because R. Kelly is facing a lifetime sentence. This man, I'm really, really worried about. I mean, I don't know if I'm worried about him but I'm worried about him like he might kill himself, because, on top of that, he's back in jail because he couldn't pay the $161,000 in child support. He's actually trying to get that amount lowered. I mean, this is a really bad time in R. Kelly's life. You talk about life, you talk about karma, and you reap what you sow, and things coming back full circle. I mean, shit. Who would have thought at 52 years old this would have been his legacy? Who would have thought? for all them women you pissed on and all them little girls you pissed on, it was going to come back to hunt you so many years later. This is crazy. I feel like it's only going to get worse. I feel like it's super disgusting that R. Kelly has given these girls herpes allegedly. So you know what I'm thinking. I feel like he needs to take an STD test, a herpes test, and you know what? I know that those kind of tests are private, but I feel like this needs to become public information so that we can prove that he in fact gave them the herpes. Like he's gonna have to take a test, and if R. Kelly has herpes and these women have herpes, then by golly damn it, it's a bomb, okay? But this is the second girl who had herpes. But the thing is, you gave it to this girl at 13 years old. I can't even imagine my little sister having sex with a man that was 30 years old, 34, 30, whatever, and she 13, and then you give her an STD? And the thing is this, R. Kelly obviously did this stuff because it's way too many young girls coming out, number one. And then you got two young girls that's claiming to be your girlfriends, two of them brainwashed. So at this point, I don't even feel like the interview with the two young girls really did him any justice. Because to me, if I'm a juror sitting on a jury stand and them two girls come speak out, I'm looking at the fact that one of them is 21, the other one is 23, and y'all both sitting up here saying that you this 52-year-old man's girlfriend, both of y'all, he shares both of you. Okay, something is not right. And first of all, this is also over a 25-year age difference. So you obviously love younger women. R. Kelly has an issue, and R. Kelly, unfortunately, well, no, not unfortunately. Let me retract that. R. Kelly is going down, and you know what? It's time for him to go down. Now, I don't believe every last victim, but like some of the. I don't believe. I'm gonna just leave it like that. I don't believe everybody, but I do believe the majority. I definitely believe that there are young girls that have been that he has had sex with, and I personally believe there is STDs involved because you can't have that much sex and not get any type of STD. Okay, the way that R. Kelly was just slinging cock all over the world, I'm sure he got more than just a little bit of bumps. You know, I'm sure he's had some all kind of stuff. I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I'm saying? So to hear that he may have given a woman herpes, I'm not shocked by that. It's disgusting. It's freaking disgusting. And now this girl has to live with herpes. And you guys know that herpes is not curable. So every day she has an outbreak, she has to remember her innocence was taken away from her at 13. But it still then goes back into what about the parents? Like, why was your 13-year-old daughter hanging out with R. Kelly? How does a 13-year-old get to spend time with R. Kelly? Then go to the studio and be in the hotel rooms. Like, how does this happen? How does this happen? Like, we cannot ignore the fact that the parents play a pivotal role in him getting to these young women. I don't care what anybody says. People can say he goes to McDonald's after schools and scouts these girls. These girls are still going home telling mommy and daddy that they talked to R. Kelly today. I don't care what anybody says. They definitely are. Okay? And mommy and daddy is probably saying, really? They see dollar signs. They see an opportunity. They see a come up in one way or another. And probably not without even realizing it, they give up their kid. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is pretty weird, pretty nasty. We don't know who the girl is. She'll be doing an interview soon. The police they're working on that. So it's going to be interesting to see what all unfolds with this herpes situation. This is the second woman coming out saying that R. Kelly gave her herpes, and he gave her herpes at 13. Wow. Well, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to this channel, okay? Let's keep the conversation going on the comments below and on Twitter using the hashtag The Armon Wiggins Show. And until next time, keep that same energy, and I'll see you soon.
We are recording live from a secret location.